I don't know if you guys know, I'm pretty excited. I'm playing the US PGA Seniors next week.
We're excited.
Yes.
So
Congratulations, by the way.
So you're actually, you don't feel bad, but you're stopping my preparation. I've had to come home to do this, so I was practicing this morning. So yeah, I've got to. So if I play bad, don't worry, don't feel bad. It's okay.
Oh no, I'm not picking you to win. You got no chance of playing bad now.
No, so no, but no, so yeah, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. You kind of, it'll be interesting to see where my game's at in regards to some of these guys. But I'd like to think that if I play well, then yeah, I should be there or thereabouts come Sunday.
Where's the U.S. Senior Open, by the way?
It's Western Michigan,
it's called
Benton
Harbor
Harbor.
Shores. Harbor Shores, I think.
Okay.
So I was actually going through they sent me some stuff last week, looking through it, and the course is only about 6,800 yards, so I'm quite looking forward to that.
Perfect.
Nice.
So yeah,
it's a Nicklaus design basically on Lake Michigan, not essentially.
Right. I think I've heard the greens are a bit slopey. It
was designed during Jack's volcano era, if you will,
right.
when there's a ton of the greens with a ton of individual slopes. Like from what I've heard, I listened to a guy on the radio yesterday who's playing it as well, Tracy Phillips, who's a former peer of mine in college golf, and he was trying to describe the greens because Nicklaus went through his era when he built all tabletop greens that were mostly flat with one big tier in them. Then he went through the multi-sloping greens, and he went through the era where they were just all these little dots around the greens, like got hit by hail. I think that was that. But it won't be a problem for you. The one thing that I think goes in your favor, you said try to see how you stack up against those guys. Those guys aren't playing 14 times a year against Rahm and against DJ at all on down the line, Bryson. You are, and you're holding your own. Not only holding your own, you're succeeding. And I'm excited for you to go up there, and I just hope you bring out your best.
Yeah, I hope so. It's going to be a new challenge, but the way I kind of look at it now, I don't think there's anything in golf now that I haven't faced. So apart from a putt to win 4 million, which would be quite nice, but it's just going there, trusting yourself, and I think it's going to be. I've just got to kind of just go there and not get too kind of getting too ahead of yourself, this kind of thing. If you are playing well, and if you're kind of, and you feel like, oh right, I'm not there's some really good players out there, but I'm not someone that gets too complacent about things. So it's going to be it's going to be the mental challenge as well, because I've never played a senior event, or certainly a major. So what's this? Obviously, I've played majors at not senior level. So what's the course setup going to be like? How tough are they going to make it? I guess I'm going to find out on Monday when I play. So
it will be fair. The one thing PGA does better than all other majors is Kerry Haig's in charge of the course setup. It is always fair. There's, never anything.
I think to be fair, I think most majors are now. The US Open has certainly got a lot fairer. Certainly the ones that I've played. I played at Sutton Hills a couple of years ago. That was the course setup there was very fair. If you play well, then you've got every chance of being there down the stretch on Sunday. So, but yeah, it's a new kind of chapter opening. I don't know how long that book's going to be open for. We'll see. Again, I'm not too sure what the situation is going to be with Senior Open, whether they're going to then they're going to just kick us out again if we do decide to enter. I assume so. I don't see anything that's changed in the last year, so I don't really see anything changing in that. But I guess I'll ask the question and find out. But it would be nice to play. I know Lee was going to play next week, but I think he's withdrawn.
Well, we
So
hope not. We hope you guys will get to play the US Open, not US, but the Senior Open.
yeah.
At some point in the future, because I think you more than deserving to be there. Now, you talked about not getting too far ahead of yourself, right, in your last statement. And every player, every athlete, doesn't matter what sport you play, they have their own ways of not getting too far ahead of yourself. What's yours?
I think we're all, there's always that. It's easy. That's the thing with golf is to let your mind wander. But I'm just very much like if I feel that I'm doing that, suddenly you kind of. I've done it before where you're 15 holes to play and you're one shot in the lead. You start sort of, what am I going to say at the winner's speech, that kind of thing, and then next thing you're 4 holes later, you're 3 behind. So it's just, it's not something that I really try not to do, but it's just, you just try and take your mind off it. Whatever you want to think about, that just, right, okay, you're not getting right. Oh, this, if there's a shot out there that, you don't necessarily like, there's 3 or 4 holes ahead of you. You don't start to sort of focus on that or anything. It's just, talking to your caddy or talking to the guys that you're playing with. That's the good thing on live. You don't mind playing with every guy, and there's not one person that when I see the draw sheet on live, I go, oh God, I've got a day today. They're all great guys. There's always maybe someone DP World, the odd guy that rubs you up the wrong way or you don't get on with. So, but I can honestly say with live, that's not the case. They might say that about me, that they hate playing with me. I don't know. But,
I doubt it. I doubt it, Blandy.
But yeah, it's just, maybe just, talking to the guys that you're playing with, talking to your caddy, football, whatever, talking shit, whatever you want to do, just to, like you say, get your focus off if you feel that that's where you're going. Which is sometimes it's quite easy to do when, like you say, you are in contention. When you're in 45th place, doesn't really matter. So that's kind of how I go about it. But yeah, it's just talk to the guy playing with, really.
You mentioned earlier that when you won and the messages you got at 4 years old and the people who you inspired. I mean, they were messages of inspiration, that you made a difference in their life because you gave them the belief to carry on, to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep trying. Does knowing that you still have a huge following in the game because of what you've done at this late age, and especially what you're now doing within live against younger guys with huge resumes, does that give you more tolerance to pay the price for success, to put in that hard work, knowing that there are people out there who you'll never meet, who you are helping them cope with their situation in life?
Yeah, definitely. It's great when you hear, people shout out to you that you're kind of doing it for the old guys, and that's great. I love that, and like you said, obviously the kind of the success came, to my career a little bit later than it's done for probably some guys, but yeah, for me, it's just, it's not necessarily that I certainly don't work anywhere near as hard as I used to as regards to the amount of time that I put in now. My body can't do that anymore. I know that. When I was 20 years old, I could hit balls for 7-8 hours and not even taking a break. If I did that now, I'd be down the A&E for the night. I'd be someone would have to put me back together. Just because of the wear and tear that puts on your body. So for me, it's just, I practice for as long as I want to practice now. Some days that might just be an hour. Some days it might be 4 or 5. Depends. If I feel that my game needs the time to be put in, then I'll put it in. If I feel like I'm doing pretty well, I'm playing all right, everything is where I need it to be, then for me it's just about maintaining that. And I don't feel like I have to I don't have to stand on the range for hours on end to keep that. But yeah, anybody that you can inspire or help, whatever journey that they're on, for me is wonderful, and I'm really grateful that I'm in the position that I can do that. Like I said earlier, it's not something that you consciously think about, and someone might just message you to tell you their story, and yeah, it's like I said, it's some of those stories were very overwhelming, that what they were going through, and they decided to carry on. And I hope that wherever journey they were on, that they've got there. I really do. I'm sure maybe some have, maybe some haven't, but I guess if it just helps one person, then what you're doing is worthwhile.